So when you get a crazy person trying to imagine that this is their properties, you wonder whether they are mad or they are sick or what is wrong with them. Or is it that there is high greed for high-end properties? Because we are seated on a gold mine. So is it that it is the greed, or it's the corruption, or it's the what? I do not know. I only see the devil there, and we shall deal with the devil.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Dr. Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, in today's preaching session, decided to revisit the ordeal that led to her admission in hospital after she got injuries, which came as a result of that invasion of what many people believe to be a police who invaded her land. At least that is how she put it. Margaret Wanjiru decided to revisit that story and had very bad news for William Samoei Ruto. I want to take you to this story directly, to this speech or to the preaching of Margaret Wanjiru.
The accessories. Hakuwa ameamini imevunja. Meja uko sawa lakini my driver alikuwa anatoa damu na masikio. Alipigwa, alifika hospitali bila kusikia upande moja. But we had to pray for God to come through. Some of us, we had to be put. Inaitwa nini zile dawa za kunini? Drips. Some of us had to be put 2 drips mara mbili ndio tusikie tumeanza kurudi uhai. It is a good experience in terms of knowing what people go through, but it's a bad experience in terms of relationship with the implementers. With those who send, with those who give orders. It is a bad experience for any human being to give orders against the body of Christ.
So I want us to visit this story extensively, but before you do that, I'd like to kindly encourage you to support this channel by subscribing and liking this video to enable YouTube to share it to other people not part of our audience. To those who supported us before, thank you so much for giving this channel an opportunity to grow. So Bishop Margaret Wanjiru, from our previous analysis, was with Raila Amolo Odinga, then joined camps with William Samoei Ruto the moment Jubilee and URP were formed. That is the time Margaret Wanjiru jumped ship from ODM and joined Jubilee URP, which later on amalgamated to one party, that was Jubilee Party. And in 2022, like you already know, she joined UDA, and the rest is history. So what happened to Margaret Wanjiru is not something she could have expected. She knew she was part of the deep state. Now, because she was part of the deep state, she never expected that a directive would be issued for a section of her property. The property that is the property of Jesus is Alive ministry, because that's the ministry which she heads as a bishop there. So in today's church session, if you checked very well the small video I shared, Margaret Wanjiru appeared to be limping. I know so many people seems to be believing that is something of her own creation. That hiyo mambo kutembea na ati kijiti kwa mkono mmoja ati limping is of her own creation. That is not the case. That is not what she's going through. I know I've seen so many reactions of that sort. Someone said that she's being a comedian. Those are just some sentiments which are coming from people. So we don't know. Maybe they could be coming from people who sympathize with her, or they could be coming from people who don't sympathize with her. So sympathizers, non-sympathizers. So these things could be coming from either of the two factions. But the truth of the matter is that Margaret Wanjiru has continued to castigate William Samoei Ruto. This time around, she didn't mention William Ruto or Rigathi Gachagua, but she said those people who sent, and she also went further to say, it's good to know your enemy at the right time.
It is wrong. And for some of us, if you sit down with us and talk to us, you can tell us what you want to do, and we can tell you what we think. We are people that can dialogue. But I think in this world there are people who don't understand the meaning of the word dialogue or integrity for the least. We said that Tuesday that God will reveal our enemies. And some of us, our enemies were so deep that it took some warfare for us to know them and understand them. But it is also good that now we are there. Today, I want us to understand some of the things that are happening in the spiritual realm. What I would call current spiritual affairs, or current spiritual affairs. You know, there is political current affairs. In the spiritual, where are we spiritually? What is happening in the spiritual realm? What is God doing? For those who know, and I said this on Thursday in the press conference, for the avoidance of doubt, the two properties, we bought them when they were two, and then we combined, amalgamated them into one. They are owned by Jesus is Alive Ministries. Tell your neighbor they are ours.
They are ours.
And ask your neighbor, are you old enough to have been here when we were buying? Akakwambia aje. And some of you were growing up at that time, and now you can see what we bought.
Yes.
So when you get a crazy person trying to imagine that this is their properties, you wonder whether they are mad or they are sick or what is wrong with them. Or is it that there is high greed for high-end properties? Because we are seated on a gold mine. So is it that it is the greed, or it's the corruption, or it's the what? I do not know. I only see the devil there, and we shall deal with the devil.
That she was saying that now she knows that William Ruto is her enemy, because who else is heading the government is William Samuel Ruto. So that is what Margaret Wanjiru said in that short video of around 5 minutes that I shared. Ladies and gentlemen, we've also seen a scenario similar to what Margaret Wanjiru faced. A scenario similar one was on Pastor Nganga's land, you know, the Neno evangelism, the land that Neno evangelism sits on. That land, I've seen somewhere, Pastor Nganga says that if he can be given 200 billion, he's ready to release that land aende akajenge kwengine. That's what he said, you know. So in a nutshell, what Pastor Nganga realizes is that that land itachukuliwa. Either way itachukuliwa. But because ashajua kwamba itachukuliwa, amesema that is the price I put on that land. You give me 200 billion, I give back that land, because it is sitting, the land resides in a place that is considered hot cake. So it's not easy to chase Pastor Nganga from that place. I know the government is interested in that land, but chasing Pastor Nganga from that place will be difficult, because Pastor Nganga says that he bought that land through the central bank. It had been put for auction. So he acquired the land through central bank. So that is why it's not easy to possess that land from Pastor Nganga. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this latest happening? From what Margaret Wanjiru said and what Pastor Nganga is saying, the 200 billion to pay so that you can get that land back. So perhaps if you watch this video and you have not subscribed, please take 1 second to subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. So until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.